that poor doofus. I was going to say lovable, but I can't honestly say I love him. I'm very put out with Jerome Powell, the chairman of the Fed. I think he was asleep at the switch, and now he's trying to overcorrect, and he's going about it the wrong way. Some of you go, well, Ken, when did you get involved in politics? Well, first of all, I'm a citizen, so I've always been involved. Secondly, this is not political. I'm not talking about Democrats, and I'm not talking about Republicans. And if I do talk about Democrats and Republicans, I criticize them both. I'm an equal opportunity offender. I'll tell you if you're wrong, I don't care how you vote. I really don't. My job is to inform you people. You hear me? I'm a man of the people. So I'll let you vote how you want to vote. I'm never going to tell you how to vote, but I'm going to tell you what I think. And I think Jerome Powell is a doofus. Oh, boy. Why? Because I think he's trying to drive unemployment up. His own words. I think if somebody says, well, I'm going to try to increase interest rates to create pain in employment, you are automatically a doofus. Because the way to deal with inflation is not to drive unemployment down. That is a short-sighted and risky at best strategy. There you go. However, here's where we stand. Okay? High inflation is continuing to persist. We did not see a good inflation report, even though we saw year over year it slightly dropped. We saw the consumer price index go up only by 1/10 of a point, I understand, but it didn't go down. Okay? So you see conflicting stories out there. They look like they're conflicting. They're not. You just got to understand that the media is trying to manipulate you. So again, folks, man of the people, I'm going to tell you what you need to know. All right? Here are the facts, not my opinion. None of this is my opinion. Okay? The annual pace of inflation, if you look at August last year over August this year, it did drop. It was 8.5% inflation last August, okay? And this August, it was 8.3. However, the consumer price index, right, well, what we are paying, and it measures our spending and buying habits, it went up 1/10 of a point. Specifically, here's what rose in the month of August. Rent, groceries, clothes, furniture, cars, and medical care. Even things like electricity, up. Okay? That's the reality. It's not good. So Jerome and the Fed, I feel like I'm on a first-name basis with him now. I should see if Jerome would come on the show. He probably won't because he won't like straightforward questions. But Jerome is concerned, and he should be. And so all the experts out there that are watching this are anticipating that we're going to see maybe a full point hike, anywhere from 0.75 or a full point. Okay, and many people right now we're in the 2.25 to 2.5% range, and they're expecting it to go up to 3.25 to 3.5. And some are saying that the Fed will push the rate to 4.75% in 2023. So I'm telling you, folks, it's just a slow shift up. You know, just kind of pushing that lever forward. And they're doing it because they want to see the disparity in the job market where we've got, 6.5 million people unemployed and 11 million jobs available, 11 million plus. The numbers are kind of all over the place, right? But that's the range. And wages drive inflation. When you increase wages, it increased costs. I mean, this is economics 101. You don't even have to have a degree to understand that, you wouldn't think. I'm not the smartest math guy in the room, but I can look at these numbers and I understand what it means. It means costs are still high. All right. Now, next story, and I'm going to tell you what this means to you. What are you supposed to do? What are you supposed to do with this information? I'm going to tell you. The stock market is not something that you need to be paying attention to other than the fact that you're watching the trends and you're seeing how the roller coaster is going up, going down. So when you see things like this and how it affects the stock market, you see investors pulling out, leave your 401k alone. I just want a quick asterisk. Leave it alone. It's a roller coaster ride. It's going to go up. It's going to go down. And when it's down and you continue your contributions, you're buying it at a discount. And then it's going to go up. And you need to relax and breathe and understand that the stock market is all about speculation, and the big money people, they're always going to keep playing ball. They may jump out for a season, jump back in. But if you look at the historical average return on the stock market, relax and breathe. Don't get all reactionary there. All right. Now, when you see that Powell is coming out and he's saying, all right, look, we got to do something about this. He's going, the higher that we raise the interest rate, this is the mindset. Okay. They are trying to make it more expensive for consumers and businesses to borrow. Therefore, they're artificially putting a lid on demand. So they're hoping that if we keep raising the interest rates, people will stop buying cars and other goods. And so we'll see a slowdown. And then when we see a slowdown of purchasing, then companies start to reduce costs because demand comes back. But here's the problem. We have TikTok videos that are soaring in popularity where you've got people literally with a giant smile on their face, holding their phone going, my car payment is $850 a month. Mine's $1,100 a month. Woo! And it's just this thing. It's like we just assume. And we have the average car payment in the United States right now is $700 a month. So if Powell keeps raising the interest rates in the Fed chair and the board and the whole thing, keep doing it, at some point, human behavior has to change. But will it? I don't have any faith in that. So here's what's going to happen. Okay? So he'll raise expenses for companies, and companies will go, we're going to go into a bigger recession, so we're going to start laying people off. And that's what he's hoping is going to happen. Lay people off, shrink the job market, and he wants to come at it that way. Instead of letting the free market deal with it on its own. Here's my point. At some point, consumers will start to go, okay, it's too much. And when they do, the demand will take care of itself. But when we drive unemployment up, that is making the issue worse. So what can you be doing? You're going, okay, Ken, they're going to keep raising interest rates, and that is going to hit me, and it's going to be a little bit painful. How do I protect myself? Very simple, okay? Number one, begin to reduce your spending. Reduce your expenses. If you've got debt, join Financial Peace University and begin to pay off your debt. Pay the debt off, then save money, and then stop borrowing. That's going to make you recession-proof every time, I promise.